Hi, it's a Tiny Gamer, and let's play some more Cryptid Coffeehouse. So I am still going through some stuff right now. And last night when I wanted to record, Panzer decided to have attachment issues and was constantly coming in, demanding my attention, demanding I go into my roommate's room to give him attention, just sit there and just so we could be in the same room together and just talking so that Panzer could have both his humans there with him. And it's just on and on and on. And all we did yesterday was leave to the store. We left to the store. We left to go do a couple more errands to make sure that there was plenty of money in the bank for rent and all that. But he was just not having it, not giving us any space to really do anything except focus on him. And hence why one of his nicknames is the Pesty Bestie. So thankfully I've been able to record the TikTok video that I posted last night. I was able to record that, but while I was trying to edit it, he was constantly interrupting me, constantly. And by the time he finally settled down, it was after 3 a.m. and I was just so tired. I had half of a twisted in me, and I'm like, there's no way I can record. So now I've got my morning voice on, and now I'm finally being able to sit down and record. Am I going to be able to record a full session without him bothering me? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But I have my coffee, and I'm ready. So let's get to it. The joys of living with cats, right? It's another week, and as always, Artemis has planned something for the two of you. Earlier this week, they had asked you if you wanted to hang out this weekend. Naturally, you said yes. The good thing about freelance work is the fact that you can do it whenever you want. It doesn't hurt to do something for yourself on a weekend every once in a while. I strive to be able to do this at some point. To be able to just do YouTube, and I say this repeatedly, I apologize if it gets old, but I strive to be able to one day be able to stay home and do YouTube and Twitch, and that be my income. And if I have to take a break for a week or a weekend or whatever to do something else, like when I took time off to, hang out with my friend at the hospital and all that, then I'll be able to do that, and it's no biggie. So I strive for that too. They're going back home to their family's place this weekend, so they asked you if you wanted to come along. You said yes without thinking, and after a while it hit you that you're meeting their family this weekend, which is kind of a big deal. It's a fact that kind of scares you, but it's a little exciting that you and Artemis are getting to a stage where you feel comfortable enough to they feel comfortable enough to introduce you to their loved ones. The thought makes the inside of your chest warm. Diana, their younger sister, has a spelling bee on Saturday morning, one that she apparently really wants Artemis to be there for. So much so that Artemis's dad has offered to come over and drive both of you and them back to the family home since neither of you really have the means to get over. It's a kind gesture. The two of you will be sleeping over at Artemis's family home for the night, so you'll both be able to catch Diana's spelling bee in the morning. The last time you slept over with Artemis, you two started dating. Part of you wonders if anything significant is going to happen this time around. It's early Friday afternoon, and you're waiting on Artemis's front porch for their dad to pull up. It's chilly, the wind biting at the tips of your fingers. Next to you, Artemis is tapping away at their phone. They're wearing fingerless gloves. It's cute, you note. He's almost here. Artemis's voice draws your attention toward them. You think they see the flush in your cheeks from the chilly air, and they sort of click their tongue regretfully. Sorry, I know it's cold out here. No, you're okay. We haven't been out here for very long. I know. It's still cold, though. It could have had us wait inside. I wasn't expecting it to get so chilly so quickly. I forgot that it's basically winter now. Oh gods, don't say that. I haven't come to terms with it yet. Next thing you know, it'll be the end of the year. I'm not ready for that. Artemis laughs. They sling you a sweet smile, tilting their head to the side. You'll be okay. The sooner the new year comes, the sooner spring comes along with it. I guess you're right. Still, it doesn't make the shock of winter any less strong, though. Haha, I suppose not. There's a pause in the conversation. Then Artemis looks at the phone again before perking up. Oh wait, he's just around the corner. Let's go to the curb. Artemis trots off the porch toward the street, readjusting their backpack on their shoulder. You're close to follow, pulling your jacket tight around you. You watch Artemis peer into the distance, then point at an incoming gray sedan. There he is. The car rolls up to the curb, slowing down until it's right in front of the both of you. The passenger seat window rolls down, revealing a face that looks similarly familiar to Artemis's, leaning over from the driver's seat.
All right, kid. Get in.
I love Artemis's dad so much. The smile that splits Artemis's face then is blinding. They look at you, then nod their head towards the car. They slip into the front seat before you have time to think. You guess that's your cue to sit in the back. You open the car door, then settle in to the right side of the back seat. As soon as you shut the door, you see a little girl with wide eyes and a toothy grin. Aww. Hi, Diana. She startles you a little, her green skin stark against the black of the seats. Her horizontal pupils seem to swim in her yellow sclera. This must be Diana.
Hi!
Aww. I'd love to know if they actually got a little kid to voice act Diana, or if they got a someone that's able to make their voice very high. Her voice is bubbly and energetic. You can't help but smile back at her. Up in the front seat, Artemis is already beginning to chat up a storm with their dad. The car has already pulled off from the curb, merging into traffic. Hey, are you Diana? If possible, Diana's grin seems to grow even larger. Her puffy ponytails bounce when she nods her head. Yep, that's me. I love the way she's drawn. It's so adorable. And you're tiny? For a moment, you forget that Artemis has probably talked about you to their sister on several different occasions. Her knowing who you are almost has you shocked. Yeah, I'm tiny.
Artie has told me so much about you. They talk about you all the time.
Super cute. Even though Artemis is preoccupied with talking to their dad, they turn around in the front seat to send Diana a panicked look. Oops.
Diana.
Diana pouts, her soft cheeks puffing out. What? It's true. The two of them stare at each other for a bit longer, but the moment is broken when Artemis's dad speaks from the driver's seat. So are you going to introduce me to your little friend or what? The question is directed at Artemis. The question makes their cheeks redden. Oh, yeah. This is my partner, Tiny, Dad. You make eye contact with Artemis's dad in the rearview mirror. You can see the corners of his eyes crinkle with a smile, and you can't help but return it, even if it is a bit shyly. Hi, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Scarberry. Oh, no need for that. You can call me Gavin. Something about the informality is very flattering. You're glad he's so welcoming already. Okay, nice to meet you then, Gavin. Likewise, kid. It's nice to see Artemis dating someone. They're always so picky when it comes to partners. Oh,
Dad.
no. Oops. Oh my gosh. Or Artemis. They bite out the word, obviously embarrassed after being outed by both Diana and their dad. You have to smother a laugh. You don't think about what Gavin said too much, but when he and Artemis get back to whatever they were discussing, your mind wanders. What did he mean by picky? Maybe Artemis hasn't dated very many people. They've only told you about Albie, but you can't help but wonder if they have any other exes. Despite all of that, you still feel a flush of pride to have been chosen as a partner by Artemis. If they truly are picky, that means a lot. You spend a little while looking out of the car window, watching the cars go by on the street. Artemis and their dad's conversation is background noise, along with the faint music playing over the radio. The car turns onto the highway. Your phone buzzes in your lap. You're about to go check it. You're about to go check what it is when you feel a poke on your arm. You turn to your left. It's Diana. Her hand is still hovering near your arm. Her fingers are webbed, you notice.
Do you like cowboys?
What? You forget that kids are so random. It's been a while since you've been around one. So the question takes you by surprise. I forgot if I mentioned it on stream, but where I work, it's customer service. And so I get a lot of interactions with children and their parents and teenagers and young adults. So yeah. Some of the questions they ask are just boom right there. You know, it's like, and you have to be quick because a lot of them, they'll just boom, 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 one question after another. It's like, and then they'll just stare at you when you don't answer. But they're children. It's innocent. Questions are how they learn about their world and about the world around them, so. Ooh. Let me look at my stream. Let me look at my stream. Because I forgot. Let's see. Come on, me. What do I say? Oh, I do say yes. Okay. Oh, now what do I say? What if I say I'm generally indifferent? Is she gonna like me or no? Well, I don't know. I don't think I have any particular feelings about them. Diana hums thoughtfully. Okay, don't worry. I can teach you about cowboys. Oh, she's gonna teach me. Cool. Alright, teach me about cowboys. You almost laugh, but you can tell she's serious. Kids are so funny. I'm gonna be one when I grow up, so I know all the facts. Awesome. Tell me. You're gonna be a cowboy when you grow up? Diana nods. then pretends to tip her imaginary cowboy hat at you. You laugh for real this time. She's so cute.
Yes!
I'm gonna deliver mail and ride horses across the country. Ah, she must be learning about the Pony Express in school right now. You don't think she knows that no one has delivered mail on horseback for the past 200-something years? But you decide that you're not going to be the one to break the news to her. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's such an innocent question that makes your heart melt. She's such a kid. It's sweet. Hold on one moment while I shut my door. Sorry about that. My roommate's on the phone call. And while I was away, I made sure to make sure he gets his pill for the morning. It's such an innocent question that makes your heart melt. She's such a sweet kid. Also, I haven't shut my door all the way. I've just closed it enough that I don't hear most of the sounds outside my room. Well, I'm kind of already a grown-up. Also, it's supposed to be in the 92 today. I'm recording on Wednesday, June 30th. So I'm going to do as much recording as I can before it gets too hot where I have to open the door and turn on the AC. I'm not going to roast myself in my room. She says it thoughtfully, like it hadn't crossed her mind. The next thing she says is contemplative. Okay, so what are you now? So last time I made something fantastical up. This time I'm going to tell her what I actually do. Because photographer sounds pretty cool. I'm a photographer. I take pictures for a living. Diana's eyes go wide like dinner plates. And the reason why I'm telling her that I'm a photographer is because of seeing all the photos that she's taken with Artemis. And that Artemis is taken of her. Diana's eyes go wide like dinner plates.
Wow!
No way! Like with a big fancy camera? You laugh easily, shrugging. Yes, actually, I have several big fancy cameras. Every time I have to take pictures, I gotta pick the perfect one. That's so cool. I love this interaction. Seriously? That's so awesome. I bet you're really good. Taking good pictures seems hard. Honestly, it can be hard sometimes. Coming from someone who actually does photography, oh my gosh. And then not only that, there's the editing process, good lighting, good posing. My issue for when I get another camera is to have it so that it has like an anti-shake, because sometimes I'm good, but then other times, like if I'm in pain, even when I don't realize it, or I'm like overtired or anything like that, my hands will shake so bad. And I felt super bad because I've actually ruined photo shoots for friends because I think I'm good, I'm just a little tired, and then the photos come out and they're so shaky and bad and they're not savable, and I feel so guilty. I have a couple friends who I owe photo shoots to, and so at some point I will redo their shoots. But yeah, and then after the photos, because taking the photos is only half of it. The other half is then sitting down at your computer and doing the editing and all that. Having knowledge of your editing software, your photo editing software and all that, just ugh. And now there's all that AI garbage. So it's learning how to take pictures and then edit the pictures without using any AI. That's the real trick. It's not too hard. It's all about how you edit them later. You can do crazy stuff with technology nowadays without AI. Here, one day I'll show you how to do it. You seem like a smart kid. You'll be able to pick it up. Diana beams, her expression radiant.
Yes!
I can't wait. Do you have any pets? You're starting to think this is her version of an interrogation session. Figures that she wants to get to know you herself after hearing so many things from Artemis for God knows how long. I don't have any. I've been trying to get Mommy and Daddy to get me a hamster, but they won't. I'm gonna name him Apollo. He's gonna be orange. Apollo? You can't help but smile. Looks like Diana's really into mythology. Remember how Artemis told you that they changed their name to match hers? Maybe she had been the one to suggest the name. You'll ask Artemis about it later, if you can remember. Yeah, Artemis told me that you wanted to have a pet hamster. For some reason, this seems to surprise Diana. Her mouth drops open a bit. What? They did? Yeah, not too long ago, actually. Oh, well, I want one, and he's gonna be orange. But yeah, do you have any pets? I don't know. My apartment building doesn't let us have pets. Aw, that sucks. Would you have one if you could, though? Good question. Ooh, what did I pick? What did I pick? Oh, I picked a cat, of course. So let's see. So this one, let's see what she says if I pick dog. Actually, he wants a hamster. Let's see what happens if I pick yes, a rodent. Yeah, I'd love to have a little rodent of some kind. Diana's eyebrows shoot up. It seems like she's never put too much thought into more unconventional pets. A rodent? Like a rat? Yeah, like a rat. Or maybe a mouse. Probably several because they seem happier in groups. Ferrets are considered rodents too. And your little hamster guy would be one as well. Diana grows thoughtful. Oh, you're right. I never thought about it that way. I guess hamsters and rats aren't too different. There's barely any hesitation before Diana comes up with yet another question, her eyes big and curious. You and Artie are dating? You have to try hard not to be surprised. You don't know why she's asking this. You figure she'd get the memo after whatever you figured Artemis had told her. Yeah, we're dating.
Are you guys going to have a wedding?
You feel like you've been smacked upside the head. Diana's still looking at you, eager for your answer. What? What? No, we've been dating for 2 weeks. Well, officially dating. The two of you were doing that thing where you were still flirting and kissing each other for at least 3 weeks prior. Has it been over a month since Artemis confessed to you on the beach? Oh gods. Time is flying by faster than you think it is. Next thing you'll know, it'll be 6 months, then a year, and maybe you actually will be having a wedding. Just the thought of you and Artemis getting married makes your brain overload, and you nearly stop functioning. You don't even know if they want to get married. Why would they marry you? Holy, the thought makes your head spin. You guys kiss on the lips, right? Isn't that the same as being married? Oh no. Oh, she's such a kid. He has no clue what she's talking about. We do, but no, that's not. Oh, I see. You have no idea what she means by that. She's looking at you like she thinks you're lying to her. Her eyes squinted suspiciously. But you're sure with a couple more movies, you'll understand there's a lot more to being married. Well, I'm coming to your wedding when you have one. When? When you have one? Or, for sure, of course you'll be invited. Diana nods solemnly. Good to know. Diana spends the majority of the car ride chatting with you, coming up with the most random questions that you never would have expected. It's a decent length of a car ride, just over an hour, and in the lulls of conversation, you spend your time gazing out the window to observe the scenery. It's a lot of towering woods, bumpy state roads, and cornfields. There's really nothing more than that. It's definitely a change from back home. You sort of recall that Artemis has told you they were from a tiny town. The further you get into this drive, the more you're starting to realize that they weren't kidding. There's no way that this desolate road leads you anywhere of substance. Diana keeps talking your ear off, which you're fine with, but at some point during the car ride, she excitedly reaches across you to point out your window. It startles you. I go to school there. You rush to look outside at what she's pointing at before the car passes it by. It's a school, obviously, but it's a really small school. From what you can tell from the state road, the school is just a combination of two decently sized buildings, an elementary and a junior-senior high school. But the entire area isn't very big at all. In fact, it's so small that both schools share one big parking lot. This town is smaller than you thought. There is an elusive moment of silence as the car drives into what looks like the town. The lawns in front of each house are big, way bigger than they are back home. It doesn't look like there's much to this town. Just a general store, a small movie theater, a library, a bizarre amount of gas stations. You're sure you're not seeing everything as the car is turning a corner and pulling into a quaint neighborhood. But you figure that it's safe to assume that there's really not a lot to be doing around here. It's only a little while longer until Gavin pulls into a driveway and stops the car. Diana is scrambling to get out of the car, unbuckling her seatbelt and yanking open the door like she's suffocating in the back seat. Oh my god. You're not long to follow afterwards, carefully collecting your things and getting out of the car. Diana is calling for Artemis, rolling around in circles until they come over and scoop her up in their arms. She shrieks happily as Artemis spins her, until watching nearly makes you dizzy. They're both laughing. When Artemis sets her down on the ground, they crouch down to her height. The two of them proceed to hug so hard that you have to look away before your heart explodes or something. It's chilly outside, chilly enough that you're quick to pull your jacket tight around you. But the air here is so fresh. It smells clean, like the way your apartment smells after you air it out on a winter morning. It's quiet too, almost so. You think you can hear birds in the distance. The crunch of the car's tires on a gravel driveway, on a gravel driveway down the street. You turn towards the house. It's cute and on the smaller side. Stacked red brick, neatly manicured lawn, flower beds, and flourishing bushes lining the walkway to the porch. Gavin and Diana are already walking up towards the front door, but Artemis lingers behind, waiting for you. When you realize, you quickly go to their side. Really nice place. You say it idly, almost murmuring. Artemis shrugs. They hum in response, but you're not sure if it's positive or not. I guess. It's nothing like back home, that's for sure. You breathe out a soft laugh through your nose, dipping your head. Yeah, that's true. I don't think I've ever been somewhere this quiet before. Haha, literally. Just wait until it's nighttime. It's like a graveyard. You follow them up to the porch, which is quaintly decorated with several potted plants and patio chairs. And you go inside after Artemis holds the door open for you. The door closes hard after you and Artemis. They start to take their shoes off at the door and you follow suit. You watch them take off their gloves and stuff them in their back pocket. The front door leads into the kitchen, and around the corner you can see the dining room and the stairs that go to the second level. Diana is somewhere deeper in the house. You can hear her talking to her dad all the way down here. From what you can see, the house is decorated really nicely. It's a bit farmhouse chic. Lots of wood and cream, but it's lived in. You can tell in the way there's bits and pieces of the family scattered around. Mail stacked up on one of the counters, shoes piled up by the front door, photos hung up on the walls. You know you're being nosy with how much you're looking around, but you can't help it. This is where Artemis grew up. You try hard to envision a little version of them running around here. It's kind of hard. You have no clue what they looked like when they were younger, and you have the feeling your mental image of them is completely wrong. Artemis snaps you out of your thoughts by gently pulling their hand on the small of your back, or putting their hand on the small of your back. They're moving. Let's go upstairs to put our stuff away. Upstairs. That must be where their bedroom was. It's a little weird to think about this place as somewhere Artemis no longer exists. You shuffle after Artemis, taking your chance to crane your neck at the rest of the house. To the left of the stairs is another room that looks like a combination of an office and a living room. Diana is in there with Gavin, but you can't snoop much more because lingering at the foot of stairs would be very strange. You hustle to catch up with Artemis. The stairs creak when you step on them. They're already at the landing, opening the door that's directly in front of the staircase. They push it open for you and you follow them inside. The room is definitely Artemis's room. It looks rather similar to their room back in town, so much so that you would be inclined to believe that they never moved out of this one. You suppose that their family hasn't touched it very much once they had left. There are posters all over the walls, ones of bands you never heard of and shows you've never seen. The sheets on the bed are rumpled and untucked, and the room is cluttered in a way that seems to be Artemis's trademark. There's a large display of Polaroid photos put up above a white desk that's covered in paint splotches, an array of small plastic dinosaur figures on the nightstand, and a glow-in-the-dark stars stuck onto the ceiling. Beside you, Artemis shucks off their backpack and visibly shivers. It's cold in here. They cross in front of you to reach up at the air vent. They twist it open. Sorry, looks like someone closed it because I'm not in here. Saving energy or whatever. No, you're okay. You set your bag down next to theirs, taking the room in. Nice room. Artemis looks over at you, their brows raised. They sit down hard on the bed. sending pillows at the head of it bouncing. Thanks. My dad hasn't touched it very much since I left. Every time I come back, it's pretty much the same way I left it. You're standing in the room of the 17-year-old version of me. Looks like the 17-year-old you and current you are pretty much the same. Artemis' mouth drops open. They make a noise like they're mock offended. Oh my god. What? We are totally different people. You can't help but laugh, going over to sit next to Artemis on the bed. They elbow you gently in the ribs. No, I just mean that you have the same taste in decorating as you always had, I guess. Very maximalist. Okay, fine, you got me there. What can I say? I truly cannot stand seeing patches of bare wall. If I can see any bit of paint, it's not decorated enough. I like it. I like that you put yourself into the way you decorate. I feel like I can always learn something new about you when I look around. Artemis doesn't say anything for a moment, looking at you in a way that makes your heart swell. It's a soft look, their expression almost disgustingly fond. Really? You lick your lips idly, tilting your head to gaze back at them. Their eyes drop to your mouth for a second, and you can't stop yourself from feeling giddy. Yeah, I like learning about you. Yeah? You hum. Artemis cracks a smile. Something lazy and so attractive. They've leaned in so much that you're close enough to kiss, but neither of you make the move to do it. Their voice has dropped in volume. Well, I like learning about you too. You hum again, raising your eyebrows and letting your mouth quirk up. They bite their bottom lip. Sure, let's kiss them, why not? Without a second thought, you close the distance between the two of you. You kiss them, something sweet and gentle. They're leaning into you. Their mouth is soft against yours. When the both of you pull away from each other, your brain is filled with happy fuzzies. Artemis dips back in to press a quick kiss to the apple of your cheek. They smooth your hair from your face when they lean away. The gesture is affectionate, and you can tell by the flush in their cheeks that they're happy you're here. You scoot back from them, leaning back on the bed and looking around the room. You can still feel their eyes on you. They're watching you look, watching you take in the person that they used to be. You kind of want to ask about some of the things they have lying around. You figure you have a bunch of time too, so why not use it to get to know Artemis more? Part of you really wants to know what they were like when they were younger. What do you want to ask them? Let's ask about the posters. There are posters lining nearly every wall, plastered on top of each other in a way that's reminiscent of advertisements on a wooden electrical pole. You barely recognize any of them. Tell me about the posters. You have so many. Artemis flops onto their back, sending a ripple through the bed. Their hair is splayed out under their head like ink spilled on a page. You see the way their eyes wander around the room, taking in their walls before their gaze lands back on you. I'm going to be honest. I actually don't know what medias a lot of them are from. Wait, really? Artemis smiles a bit, something sheepish, then shrugs. Some of the posters are from bands or shows I liked when I was in high school, but I literally got most of these at some guy's garage sale because they look cool, and they were $5 for 12. They're kind of old school looking, aren't they? I like them a lot. Oh, for sure. They definitely look cool. It's busy, but it's uniquely comforting to know. It's uniquely comforting, you know what I mean? Artemis sits up then. Their hair is sticking up every which way because of the static cling of the sheets. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Something about the noise of everything calms me down. Even though it's a lot to take in, it makes me feel at ease. Maybe I'll have to do something like this back home. What about the Polaroids? You twist around to gaze at the wall behind you, curious about the Polaroids again. You know you're poking around, picking your nose into all of Artemis's things, but gods, you truly can't help it. Can I ask about the pictures? The pictures? Excuse me. They give you a confused look before following your gaze to the opposite wall. Recognition dawns on their face. Oh, the Polaroids? Yeah, you have so many put up. Artemis gets up, wandering over to the other side of the room. For a moment, you're not sure if you're supposed to follow, but after they look over their shoulder, seemingly waiting for you, you get up to sidle up beside them. Now that you're up close, you can see the full array of photos taped up onto the wall. There are at least 25 photos up, and there's so much to look at. There are so many pictures of little Artemis here, as a child and as a teenager. You feel so spoiled. There's a silence as the both of you look over everything Artemis has put up. It looks like not even they have seen these photos in a while. There's a lot of pictures of Artemis with other people you don't recognize. Even so, you do see a couple of pictures of them with a much younger Diana, of them playing the guitar, of them proudly showing off a written report with a big red A+ scrawled on it. You lean in a little closer, squinting at some of the photos. There's a picture of what looks like them when they were in high school, wearing a neatly pressed blue uniform. They're smiling widely next to some boys in similar uniforms. You squint a little harder. Did they have braces? Another picture has Artemis dressed up in a matching bright green dinosaur onesie, next to a girl with wildly curly hair and big sharp fangs. They're both grinning, seemingly in the middle of laughter. The girl is wearing Artemis's glasses. There's a picture in the middle of the display that catches your eye. Artemis looks like they may be 10 or 11 in this photo, and it's definitely a lot older than all the rest. They're wrapped up in the arms of a beautiful woman. Some of their dark hair is pulled back into a ponytail, and she smiles soft. Some of her dark hair, and she smiles softly. You think that they kind of share the same face. You want to ask Artemis about any of these pictures? Yes. Let me... Okay. You point at the photo of them in the blue uniform. It gets their attention, their eyes following your finger. What's this one? Artemis sort of hums. From the look on their face, you can tell they're starting to reminisce. Oh, I went to an all-boys high school. The gears in your brain start turning. Huh? For some reason, you didn't expect that. Really? What was it like? Artemis shrugs idly, pursing their lips together. It was okay. It was like a private Catholic school, which is funny because my family isn't Catholic. I got in on lottery, and my tuition was paid for by the school, which is the only reason why I went. I could have gone to the public high school that's across from where Diana goes to elementary, but the private school had much better college prep. My parents thought it would be better for me. Artemis sort of laughs to themselves after that. They avert their eyes from you, looking at the picture again. Funny because I obviously did not go to college, but it was cool. My parents thought it would be good for me. It was always so hard to sit through mass. I would get so distracted that I'd pull up my shirt sleeves and doodle on my arms until it was over. My teachers didn't like that very much. I would do it a lot when I struggled to pay attention. It was good though. I made a lot of friends, and I played in the school's jazz band, as dorky as that is. But, it was kind of weird to be non-binary there. My friends were respectful and supportive about it when I told them, but I had to get really used to being perceived in a way I didn't want to be for a long while. Honestly, I get that. I really didn't. I honestly had a hard time accepting myself and who I was until I was way into adulthood. And then one day it just clicked. It's like, yeah, non-binary fits me the best. Because honestly, I like things that are technically considered for women, and then I like some other things that are technically considered just for men. But I don't really even though I'm AFAB, I don't really consider myself either one, because it just no. No one really called me Artemis until my junior year. My dad called the school or something and had them change all my records for me just before junior year started. He didn't tell me. I'm still not sure why he didn't. But honestly, when my first period teacher called out Artemis for the role, I almost burst into tears, haha. I didn't think they were talking to me at first. The teacher had to call my name again before I realized they were calling out my name.
It was really euphoric.
Aww. I totally cried in the bathroom during lunch that day because of it. Artemis' gaze wanders back over to you as they come out of their own head. They smile, and you smile back at them, warm. Those are my friends from jazz band in the photo. I haven't really kept up with them since I graduated, as most of them moved away for college, then established their lives. But sometimes we message on Flashpic or something. It was a good group of guys. But, yeah, it was cool. High school was cool. I'm glad it's over, though. Me too. Let's do this one. You gesture over to the onesie picture. Gods, it's so cute. You make a note to see if you can wrangle Artemis into a onesie in the near future. Oh my god. This one is so cute. Who's the girl? Artemis peers at the picture you're pointing at, then sort of leans away from it when they realize what you're referring to. They make a face, an awkward one, something like a smile pulling out their mouth. That's Yaritza. She was my girlfriend in high school. They're what? You had no idea they had a girlfriend in high school. You know they have no reason nor obligation to mention a high school girlfriend, but the knowledge of them having more than one ex-partner is interesting to you. Oh, really? I didn't know you had a girlfriend. Artemis pulls another face. You can't tell if this is embarrassing them or if they're just a little sheepish when it comes to their past romantic life. Yeah, we didn't go to the same school. You went to the one in this town, and I went to one about 20 minutes away. But she lived like 4 streets away from here. I would see her all the time when I would take Diana to the park when we were younger. She had a younger sister Diana's age, and would take her to the park after school like I did. So we ended up meeting there. We would talk and do homework while our sisters played together. She initially gave me her number so she could help me with my chemistry homework on the days I didn't see her, and it kind of went from there. She was super smart and was really bad at chemistry, and at first, I'd only cared about the homework help since I was so horrible at it. But, you know, after a couple evenings at her kitchen table, I think we paid more attention to each other than to the homework problems. You try to envision this. Teenage Artemis with a puppy crush on the smart girl who helped them with their chemistry homework, scribbling away at a chemical compound worksheet, but getting distracted when she leaned in close to point out a mistake. Aww, it's kind of a cute scene. How long were you guys together for? Just over a year. We broke up right before we started senior year. She was way too smart for me. I think her hanging out with me was holding her back academically, because all I wanted to do was play music for her and take pictures of her and spend all of our time after school making out or whatever. She had big dreams, and I was taking like 4 AP classes. I was on the science academic team, and I felt bad for taking up all her time when she could have been studying and working to achieve her goals. I was convinced her dating me was going to make her grades drop or something. I didn't have the best grades, and I was worried about making her become who I was, I guess. I knew it was over when we started applying for colleges. She was applying to all the really hard ones to get into with her 4.0 GPA, and I was struggling to find the motivation to even start an application for a community college. And I realized that she was too good for me. We were kids, but I had to become better. But I had to become better if I wanted to be with her. She deserved more than me. She still cried her eyes out when I ended it, though. She didn't understand why I was breaking up with her. I think I broke her heart. There's a long pause. Artemis stares off into space for a second. Then their eyes come back to you. There's something wistful mixed into their expression. I hear she's doing well now. I saw online a couple months ago that she's getting her master's degree in chemistry, which is kind of funny to me. Apparently, she's already had a forensic science job lined up post-graduation. They sort of sigh, then they shrug. Their lips tug up at the corners. I'm happy she's doing good. I only ever wished the best for her. This photo intrigues you the most for a lot of reasons. Artemis looks so much younger in this picture than they do in any of the other ones. And this picture is right in the middle. All the other ones almost spiraling around it in a way. The woman isn't in any of the other pictures either. Can you tell me about this one? You point at it. When Artemis looks at what you're gesturing towards, the way their expression melts is unlike anything you've ever seen before. They smile faintly.
That's me and my mom.
Aww. She passed away when I started high school. It was a car accident. This hits you like a slap to the face. You weren't expecting them to say that. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's something soft in the way Artemis is looking at you right now. You're trying to figure out how to read it. No need to be sorry. It's been a while. It's a cute photo, isn't it? Yeah. My dad gave it to me a couple weeks after the funeral. He used to always keep it on the dashboard of her car, next to the speedometer. It's funny because she gave it to my dad for him to put up in the living room just days before the crash, since she was getting a new car. I think I was meant to have it. I was also meant to have her car too, since she was getting a new one. They chew on their bottom lip for a beat, casting their gaze to something to the left of your face. They're pensive. Sometimes I think the reason why I don't drive is because of what happened. And honestly, that's so valid. I can see why that would just, freak someone out to the point and be like, nope. Your heart drops. You try not to show it on your face. You know Artemis doesn't need your sympathy.
She would have loved you so much.
I miss her so much sometimes. I wish you could have met her. The thought makes your chest ache. You can't help it. Your expression crumbles a little. Artemis notices and sort of clicks their tongue fondly. They reach out and tuck some of your hair behind your ear. That means a lot to me. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for being the person I know my mom would have always wanted me to have. The words are so genuine that makes your eyes want to gloss over. No one has ever said that to you before. You know that even though it's been so long, Artemis is still working through their grief, and you're just happy that they're willing to share these vulnerable moments with you. It means everything. They lean over and press a gentle kiss to your forehead. You pull them into a hug while they're close, and the two of you linger in each other's arms.